welcome to today's video. Today's video has me nervous. I'll tell you why. It's a video that you guys have asked for since a while, but now that I'm doing it, I feel like I don't want to come across as preachy. You obviously already know what the topic of this video is because it's mentioned down below in the title. Today's video is a few things in life that get me by. They help me stay productive, they help me stay organized, they help me really just keep my life on track. And I couldn't think of a better time than the first month. Hopefully this video will go up really soon. I wanted to do this video at a time that I hope it comes in useful to as many of you as possible, because you're always giving me the sweetest compliments on how organized I am or how productive I am or how I'm doing so well. First of all, newsflash, it's never what it looks like. So you see the top of it and you probably see this end result, but it's taken me all of today. This is the third video I'm filming today, and a lot of struggle and a lot of putting out a couple of fires. My phone is not on silent. It's putting out a lot of fires. There was a Bharat passing by. Nothing comes easy is my point. And I try and I do my best, and there are still at least 10,000 things I would love to change about final outcomes, but I try, and I guess that you guys have seen that and appreciated it over a period of time, and that's why I'm here today to share a few of my personal life hacks with you that will hopefully come in useful to you in 2020. I am at no point saying every one of these points is going to work for you or is going to be correct, or I'm not trying to be preachy. I'm just trying to share from experience with humility, and if one of these tips doesn't work for you, I'm sorry in advance, and if they work for you, then you're welcome. Just putting it out there. I feel like these disclaimers are important for like life type of videos, so I really hope that you find this useful. I'm going to stop blabbing on because this intro has gone on a little longer than I intended to, and I'm going to share with you a few tips and tricks with the balance of work and life that have really come to my aid over the last few years. Let's dive right into it. Okay, so I have my notes written in front of me. If you randomly see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. I didn't want to forget anything. The first and the most predictable tip that I'm going to tell you in life is to drink water. Please drink your water. Hydrate. You cannot function without hydrating. And I know that this is not work related or life related, but it's important. Whether it's your skin, whether it's how happy you are, whether that tiny little itchy feeling in your throat, you don't know why it's coming because you haven't had enough water, girl. Just have some pani. Hydrating yourself is really important, and if you think someone else needs help, I would suggest you drink water first before you could help them. You know, like the same planes. Before you help someone else, make sure your oxygen mask is on. This is sort of like that, okay? So if you're not hydrated and you're not well nourished and moisturized in its own weird way, you can't help yourself in other ways or help others. Step number one, tip number one, hack number one has to be drink lots of water. Just as an add-on, by the way, a lot of people tell me, Arey, I want to have water, but I just keep forgetting to. Just keep it at hand. The minute your water is around, you'll see the bottle and you'll pick it up. It's just more convenient. So just start keeping a bottle, a sippy handy, and you'll see the difference. Okay, now I'm going to dive into the actual steps I want to share with you. Hack number 2, and yes, it's number 2 because I am going to count one as water. Stay organized. Now this is easier said than done, but you have to make an effort. Make a to-do list, write things down. If you're a paperless person like me, an iPad or computer, phone, to-do list, whatever works for you. I swear by a couple of apps. Like I use a lot of Microsoft Excel, I use a lot of Microsoft Word, I use a lot of Wunderlist actually, and I've introduced a whole bunch of people to it. So Wunderlist is another one. Apart from that, I use a lot of notes. My iPad, my MacBook, my phone, they're all synced in with the calendar, with the notes, with my to-do on it, with my reminders. So find the apps that work for you and help keep organized. It will take a little bit of time to get used to it, in the sense I feel like the first week of any new habit you start takes a little bit of effort. Your second week you'll probably get into like the groove of it, and third week onwards it'll just be muscle memory. So what I do is I make sure I write like a to-do list every morning, and the nights I check off whatever I've done, and I'll add things for the next day. That's my cycle. That's what I choose to do. Having said that, of course, if I've done something in the middle of the day, I can always go in the middle of the day and strike things off as well. So it really depends on what your rhythm is, what your beat is, but get into the groove of it and wait till week 3, and then you'll realize, you'll see how easily your cycle is coming into place. So try and stay as organized as possible with whatever apps, tools, equipment, softwares work for you. This is an individual approach. Life hack number 3. I don't mean to sound preachy, God, I'm saying this for like the 3rd time in this video already, and I'm only on point number 3. Surround yourself with positive vibes. I'm someone who's always been very, very vibe sensitive. I'm someone who's very, very vibe energy conscious. The minute I feel like being around a certain set of people is not making me feel like they're positive, possibly positive forces in my life, I sort of pull back or maintain neutrality. I don't like to be around people who talk about other people. I don't like to be around people who have no aim. It could be anything. You could be a homemaker, don't get me wrong. You could be a homemaker, but you want your home done in a certain way. You have beautiful children. I have family members who are homemakers, and their aim is to make sure they convenience their children and look after their children and enable their children in certain ways. And just as long as you have some aim, some direction on where you want to be, surround yourself with those kind of forces. Surround yourself with people who speak nicely about people. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Nobody's asking you to lie, but just don't say anything at all. You know what I mean? Like, be nice, be kind, and observe yourself. Because I feel like when I realized this about my life, I realized, oh my God, so true. Sometimes you're around certain people and you just don't feel, you know, like a lock. Click, it just doesn't click. I made a sound, click. Yeah, that's basically what it is. You need to feel like you're around the right kind of people. Trust your gut, trust your instinct, and try to surround yourself with people who are encouraging and supporting. And it should be both ways. It can't just be one way. Don't surround yourself with yes people. That's not good for anybody. It's not good for your ego. It's not good for your determination and your direction. Try and surround yourself with people who will call you out on your crap, but at the same time encourage you for the good things. Surrounding yourself with positive people is a very, very, very underrated thing about life. So setting it out to the universe that hopefully all of you attract positive souls around you this year. Before I go on to the next one, I just want to quickly also add in one tiny little thing. Surrounding yourself with positive people also, yes, does mean cutting yourself off from people who you don't think are. When I say adding any value to your life, I don't mean this in the materialistic, superficial way at all. What I mean is, if you feel like you've known someone for really long, but they don't bring happiness to your life anymore, be there for them at 4 a.m. But that doesn't mean you constantly have to have their energy around. I've made some tough choices in 2018-19 where I've drawn distance from a certain set of people because I felt like I've known them long enough, but our energies don't necessarily match at this point in time. And you shouldn't be afraid to pull back a little to protect yourself, because self-love needs to come first. So while I'm saying surround yourself with positive people, if you realize there are some not so positive people in your life, you also need to be honest enough with yourself to say, this isn't good for me right now. That needs to happen both ways. A life hack that I've been working on for a while, and I feel like I'm finally coming close to achieve it, is work-life balance. Work-life balance is so important because if you get done with college or studying or work at a particular hour in the day, you need to spend some time on yourself. Whether it's reading a book, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's going for a run, whether it's spending some time with your partner, your mother, your father, your nephew, your niece, your neighbor, your dog, your cat, doesn't matter. You need to find some time to do something that makes you truly happy. I know someone who makes it a point to read at least 100 pages of a book every single day, because that's her way of just, you know, like unwinding. I, on the other hand, will make sure that at the end of a long day, I like to draw, I like to sketch, I like to scribble, I like to spend some time with my husband. I love to eat chocolates, so I let myself do that freely. I started going back to gym in November in 2019, and I feel like ever since I've started going back to the gym, I'm feeling happier. So find those little things that help you release your tension and just unwind you in a beautiful way. That work-life balance is priceless, I promise you that. My next point is sort of connected to staying positive and all of that, but with a little bit of an added piece of information. I'd like to say that this point should be called how to stay zen. It's like this: if you had 100 rupees to spend in a day and you could either go for a movie or go out to eat a meal or give it to a friend, you would choose where to spend those 100 rupees. I don't know how to say this in any other way, but let's just say us as individuals, we have limited shits to give. we have limited dams to give. If I have a certain emotional bandwidth, pulling myself off from that is going to completely ruin me and my emotional bandwidth. So if I have 3 things I can care about in one day, I need to choose what I'm going to care about. It's like having, I think Hassan Minhaj said this in an episode of Patriot Act at some point, where he said, you have a lot of tabs constantly open in your head. Every once in a while, learn to shut certain tabs down. It's like having an open browser and too many tabs open, shut certain tabs down. I feel like that point was very beautifully put across in the episode that I saw. For me, I look at it as limited shits to give, and so I will care about the things that truly need my care. So if I have a friend who's going through an emotional breakdown, I will be there for her. And then if something really petty is happening in my own life, I'll probably put it on the back burner and say, listen, this doesn't need my attention right now. Prioritize on what you truly care about. I feel like this sounds really like short to say, or even like just to put those 5 points forward that I really wanted to put forward, but put them together, string them together, and you'll see that your life will have more balance, more meaning, and just all in all, you realize what's really worth fighting for and what's not. And I mean this both from a personal and a professional side. Pick your battles, because there are so many we're all fighting individually. Be kinder to everyone. And if you're still working on your New Year's resolutions, and if any of these points come in helpful for you, please let me know what they are down below in the comment section. This should have probably been a Sunday self-care video, but I felt like I wanted to put forward these work-life hacks because I want to do more content that you ask for, and that relates to who I am as a person, and that's going beyond the makeup I wear. I mean, I love my makeup and that's never stopping, but if you've asked me a question about life, I want to be able to put that forward to you as well. Having said that, I think I will probably turn this into a Sunday self-care video at this point. Having said that, I feel like Jerry and I should do more videos about life together. So if you have any ideas on that, go ahead and let me know what they are down below in the comments. I really hope this little tidbit comes in helpful for you. I will be doing more videos. I will be doing more Sunday self-care videos as well. If you have any specific topics to talk about, please let me know what they are down below. I'm always reading your comments. I love you guys very, very much. Quick reminder to please hit the subscribe button and turn those bell notifications on. I hope you enjoyed this little piece of different content. I haven't put up anything like this in a while, in a long while, and hopefully if you want, there will be more of this in the year ahead. I hope you guys have a fabulous week ahead. I love you and thank you for watching. Bye.